My concern here is that we are once again heading into a slippery slope where the American entrepreneur is on its way to being criminalized. Last couple stories. One, I was going to try to vector this into the other discussion about finsen, but we moved off it real quick. So they are still putting people who sell and transact Bitcoin peer-to-peer in prison. Ian Freeman,
That's so concerning.
Yeah. And as we talked about on Web3 Ready last week, they are investigating Bitcoin miners. So Ian Freeman was sentenced last week 8 years in prison for the same case exact same circumstances.
So if you take a thumb drive and you if you sell it to Mark, that's illegal?
It's illegal if you don't register with FinCEN, the organization that is January 1st going to start asking us to register our corporations.
If I take a bar of gold and you buy it from me, do I need to register?
That's excluded for reasons that don't make sense.
Are you allowed to buy gold? I thought you could buy gold. Wasn't that the whole confiscate?
They changed that in the 80s. So, but gold is specifically excluded from these rules. Convertible currencies are not. So it's just like what I'm saying is this is why I wanted to bring this up.
Can I buy a rake? Can I trade my rake for a hammer? Can I trade the hammer for a screwdriver? Like, what the fuck?
Did you take the receipt for that? Because those are a barter, and that's all reportable to the IRS.
So this is my point. Why I was kind of raising the alarm bell about this FinCEN reporting about the S corps and the C corps is these are like a car, a rake, anything that you trade that is not, it's above a certain amount and you don't report as if you are a money transmitter and you're under their eye of Sauron, so to speak, they can prosecute you federally. Now, currently, it looks like what they're talking about with these corporate reporting rules is it's a fine, not a felony. But I mean, once you have the fine on the books, like the statute that I was prosecuted under, that Ian is prosecuted under, that originally was a fine situation. They upgraded it during 9/11 to something more serious because of terrorism. So my concern here is that we are once again heading into a slippery slope where the American entrepreneur is on its way to being criminalized, or at least, as you like to say, potentially criminalized, because they just like to have arbitrary and capricious rulemaking.
Well, that's the whole point of 1984. Or you write laws, they're not just laws. The idea is to write so many laws that no matter what, you're guilty of something. There's just no way for an honest man. I mean, that was the whole point of show trials and everything. Mm-hmm. So you write enough rules. If I can get you for something, well, at least I got you. And then now you know that you have to play the system. It's exactly what you talked about in prison. Can't keep your nose clean. They'll give you demerits.
Right.
So they want to know what you're dirty on. So if they ever need to, they can crack down. And this is not, I don't think it's malevolence even. It's just what happens with large structures, whether it's a volunteer group or a business. At a certain point, they want to control everything. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of naturally adds more
First time
rules.
Someone brought up George Orwell 1965 in here, and good take on that.
You guys, I mean, it goes back further. You know what the Gordian knot is, right?
Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.